welcome back to 20th Century Dude. Today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I am going to be showing you basically some recent pickups of mine from honestly the last 2 to 3 months from various sources, whether it be like flea markets or antique stores or eBay or even just, plain old Walmart or something like that. Um, So it's really a mixture of LaserDisc and CED and DVD and Blu-rays, uh, various formats of everything I've really picked up in the last several months. So first, let's get started with some CEDs. Fortunately, I am not in liberty to test them right now since my needle has been sent out to be cleaned. But first off, we'll start with Treasure of the Sierra Madre, which is one of the movies I'm showing off today of things that I have not seen, which I think makes up about half. But hey, that's the beautiful thing about some of these older formats is you can watch these movies, sometimes very cheaply for the first time on a brand new format. Uh, I don't know if any of you are familiar with this film by any chance from Billy Wilder. Also have not seen this. Stalag 17. This I have seen before. Bonnie and Clyde, of course. I need to do a better job with this. I did not prepare. Oh, alright. Sure you can all see that, right? Very famous film from the 60s, which I have seen. Tarantino has basically stated before that this is what honestly kicked off 70s cinema, and I would be partial to agree with him. This is a film I've only seen a couple minutes of. I think my film professor uses like an example in film history classes, sort of the underground films of the day. And this is a James Cagney film called White Heat. And the last of the CEDs, The Enforcer, which is the third Dirty Harry movie. I think this one is... I think it's a mix between okay and good. I do like it, but not as much as some of the other Dirty Harry installments. Obviously, the first one and Sun Impact are probably among the best in that series. Magnum Force is alright as well. I wasn't as fond as the last one, unfortunately. And honestly, I think that's the only one I have not rewatched. Starting off with the LaserDisc, very proud of these. We have the first Mission Impossible. And honestly, my hot take here is that it's actually... This is my favorite one of 7 movies. I know there are plenty of critics of this movie, and I know there's even some fans that are like, really, this one? That's your favorite? Really? Fallout is usually, I think, seen as one of the primary favorites of the series. It's my second favorite, too. But honestly, with the memories I've made with this film, this one's probably my favorite. And the last of the LaserDiscs, and honestly the one I am the most proud to have right now out of everything I'm showing you today, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And trust me, I know some of you LaserDisc fans, some of you are probably always in a hurry to go get this film whenever you can. And honestly, this one came in a bundle with the first Mission Impossible. You can see it gives you all the chapters on the sides and whatnot. Because that's what I was hunting for first, was the first Mission Impossible movie. And then I happened to come across this that came with it for like $10, I think. And honestly, the seller was really nice as well. So I figured, you know what? Why not? Let's go for it. I don't have a Terminator 1 to go with it, but who cares? Honestly, who cares? And up next we have the only HD DVD in the pile, we have the Planet Earth documentary, or documentaries series. I don't know if you remember this. Some of you might. If you might watch it in science class or something, because I know I did back in middle school. If you don't remember, HD DVD was a format that it was supposed to be the successor to DVD, and then Blu-ray basically outdid it, and then this died out, I want to say 2008. Happened to get this for HD DVD to go along with some remotes because my player needed some remotes. So I figured, hey, why not? And honestly, I feel like, based on what I remember, this series would probably look great in high definition. And you can see there's... I need to get better at this. I'm not going to show you all the discs, but this one here is about, some forests and the oceans, and then Great Plains and jungles and other seas. If I remember correctly, they like do episodes based on like different biomes, and I feel like that's where to get into like the plant life and animal life from there. But then again, that was in 7th grade, which was about 10-ish years ago. So it's been a good while. Actually, I don't know why I grabbed this. This is actually a Christmas gift to me, but I guess I'll show it off anyway. It doesn't matter. First of the Christopher Nolan stuff, we have Oppenheimer. One of the best, but maybe not the number one, but one of the best movies of last year. Definitely one of my favorite movie experiences I ever had. And because it's a Christopher Nolan movie, I made sure, even though I didn't have the player, to get the 4K disc to go with it, because obviously this is a movie where the highest quality is always preferable. So that's Oppenheimer. This was the only Walmart find of the bunch. We have Dune Part 2, which so far this year, I think this is probably the number one movie. Then again, I didn't get really a chance to watch it since it came out in theaters months ago. But here you can see it. I feel like this is better than the one that was released a couple years ago, or at least there was more to this one, I think. Not that the other one was bad. It's definitely a lot of setup, a lot of trying to, get to this place. But apparently the ending to 2 apparently has left people very divided. I've not read the original novel. I've not really gone into any major detail as to what they changed with the ending, but I know apparently it has divided people. Some like the change, some don't. But to each their own, I guess. Moving on with other stuff, we have Star Trek Voyager on DVD. And it's a shame we don't have a Blu-ray thing of some of these Star Trek shows, because I guess the way they edited it on videotape, but didn't keep the original film negatives. And now DVD is like the only physical way, aside from like LaserDisc and VHS, you can watch these things. So there's that. And actually, I'm watching it on the TV right now. Unfortunately, the famous episode where Tom Paris turns into the salamander thing, and I think for the Trekkies here who are aware of the episode, you know what happens. It's not a good episode. It's one of the worst for a reason. Yeah. It just happens to be on the TV, the disc I put in, oh well. So it's separated seasons 1 through 4, and was it 5 through 7, which I feel like is a much better even way than what my Deep Space Nine box set does. It's like 1 through 3, I think, and then 4 through 6, and then 7's its own little box set. I don't know, for spatial reasons, why they couldn't have condensed it a little, but what do I know? And here's more Christopher Nolan. Memento. This is one I've seen only once. Pretty fascinating, one of his first films, and honestly, one of my favorites from him. So I feel like that's due for a rewatch, I think. And here we have Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. For you Marvel people out there or superhero people in general, I know these weren't exactly the greatest. I know that. I'm building up my own little Marvel collection, but I know these weren't the greatest when it came to the overall quality, and they certainly probably haven't aged as well as they probably should have. We have the only Rambo movie in my collection, Rambo 2. And honestly, I'm pretty undecided whether or not I want to make this the favorite of my Rambo movies I've seen so far, although I feel like the first one's a more personal story. So, in a way, I kind of like that one more. I haven't decided. I haven't even watched the last two. Uh, I'm just hoping it isn't like, the Terminator stuff where they just dropped out after a while as far as quality goes. Uh, and this was a film I have not seen until now. The original Manchurian Candidate, and this is the one with Frank Sinatra, not, was it Denzel Washington or something, which I've not seen that version as well. Uh, Very famous political thriller from the 1960s, and not to say that I didn't like it, I did. I'm definitely gonna have to watch it again because there's some details I probably missed in there, but I was also unfortunately super tired. Uh, After my two jobs and working an internship one night, I just wanted to sit down and enjoy something. But unfortunately, apparently, I was too tired. So I'm definitely going to have to watch it again. Also, the only Tarantino I have in my collection so far, we have Reservoir Dogs, which it appears to be a 10-year anniversary release or something of the movie. Uh, this is one of his first ones. I think the very first one that people are aware about. Here's another one I have on LaserDisc. It's pretty fine. Tombstone. And here we have, Gettysburg on DVD. This is the theatrical version of the movie, not the much longer version. There's a director's cut to this, honestly, even though the film's already 254 minutes. And the director's cut adds 15 to 20 minutes more, believe it or not. Mostly exposition, not adding like the actual battle or anything. Because that's the one I've had for a while, and now I picked that one up because I wanted a theatrical version on a disc format, so there we are. And the last of the DVDs, we have the Night at the Museum movies on DVD. I don't know if there's any one of these three that I was ever really disappointed with. They're all consistently good, consistently enjoyable. I feel like if I had to pick a favorite, it's maybe Battle of the Smithsonian, but I've also seen the first one like a lot more because that was the one that was on TV all the time. But yeah, that's Night in the Museum. Last but not least, with the formats, we have plenty of VHS pickups. We're going to start with this one. It doesn't have a cover, unfortunately. But here we have Conan the Barbarian, which I have not seen before. Of course, it came without the cover, couldn't help that, but at that point, it's like, you know what? Oh well, at that point. So, I hope that's a film that I can enjoy. I'm not so sure about this one, Final Destination. For you horror fans and 90s horror fans, I'm not sure if this is a film I'm going to enjoy. If I do, I will. But honestly, I don't know if I'm in such a hurry to really watch this one. And we have M. Night Shyamalan Signs. Of the stuff from him I've seen, this one is all right. There's some contrivances uh, that I have with it, but overall, it's definitely better than some of his worst options. Because trust me, there have been some doozies. Uh, I feel like M. Night Shyamalan, for every like Sixth Sense or for every like Unbreakable movie he has, he releases something like The Happening that's just like, what is this? Uh, I feel like this sits on a middle where it's not his best, but it's far from bad. There is actually an interpretation of the movie as well that I think puts it in a different light. And I find it quite interesting. Where some people don't even think there's aliens at all in the movie, or that the beings in that movie are actual aliens. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but apparently, other than the crop circles or something, we never actually physically see an actual flying saucer or UFO in the movie. And not to mention that, but why would an alien be afraid or be offended by like holy water or something? Because I think I remember Mel Gibson like tries to throw holy water on him, so they're thinking that maybe the aliens are actually demons instead. Maybe they were cast out. Who knows? But I don't know if I can completely abide by the theory, but it's sure an interesting one. Uh, Here's another one I've not seen. Jack Nicholson's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I'm kind of a little wary to try this VHS copy, though, because it is recorded in EP mode, and I don't know why professional companies would have recorded in EP mode, but it does bug the ever-living crap out of me. Because EP mode sucks. For some of you who use VHS and remember what that is, it's not great. Uh, Here's digging deep a little bit. We have Mom and Pa Kettle Back in the Farm. And I've not seen anything from the Mom and Pa Kettle stuff. I feel like this was a tape that my grandma just gave to me. So I think I'll get around to it. I don't know what I'll really think of it, honestly. And here we have a Robert De Niro movie, The Deer Hunter. Again, another one I've not seen. This big, super nice box set. So hopefully I'll get around to watching it this summer. I wasn't really too sure what this was. It says it's World War II in color. And I believe it's restored footage, like some other newsreel or documentary footage of the war back in the day. But it's colorized and restored is what I think it is. So I'll have to check that out soon. Here's a movie I definitely want to get around to. The Fugitive, which is another movie I've not seen, actually. So, yeah. We have some live concert stuff now. Both are pretty compatible with each other. We have Phil Collins Seriously Live. 2 hours and 40 minutes of Phil Collins, which is perfectly fine with me. A lot of his best stuff that he's done live, and I want to say most of the stuff that's on here. I think I have a cassette of this that might have been dubbed from like a CD. I don't know, but it's recorded in Berlin, Germany, July 15th, 1990. So, hey. Any Phil Collins people out there, or even Genesis people out there, we have a Genesis tape in concert, and this is I don't think it really says where it's at. I'm gonna have to look. It's The Way We Walk in Concert. So if any of you have been in this concert or have this tape before, or just know where this was recorded at, feel free to let me know in the comments. And last but not least, for pretty much everything, we have the original Halloween. from John Carpenter, which reminds me that I need to catch up on my Carpenter stuff because I am really extremely behind. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll watch it on Halloween this year now that I finally have it. So we'll see. About it for pickups for right now. Again, this is stuff from like months and months of accumulation. So there's a few things I didn't bother to show because I was either not impressed with them and I gotta sell them, or they don't work and I'd throw them out. So yeah, that's about it. All I have for today. So otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this little video and have a great rest of the day and see ya.